So I'm watching a couple of raid videos, trying to catch up on the news because I'm working on a censoring video and raid weekly update and stuff. And then I saw this, and I had not heard anything about this yet. I've been a little bit out of the loop, but apparently we're getting like clan wars finally. And this is something that pretty much since the first year, this is one of the things that pretty much since I got here, I've been telling Plarium they need. Right? We needed free artifact removal. We needed clan wars. Clan wars is a very engaging game mode in these games. It's what a lot of people really get into. In the same way that the higher end people get into arena. You know, Platinum Arena is a very serious thing for a lot of people. This is pretty serious, and it's a cool thing for clans to do. It's a lot of fun. Now we're over 5 years into the game. It's late. It's late in the life cycle of this game to implement something like this. But it's here nevertheless, right? So kudos to them for bringing it. Kudos to them for still working hard and on this game and like putting stuff in it, right? It doesn't feel, there's been some talk about them being kind of checked out maybe. It doesn't seem like that. Now, what maybe they're doing is dumping everything they've been working on. I've noticed we've been getting a lot of stuff lately, lots of quality of life, lots of patches, so I don't know if they're just dumping it all or if they're finally figuring out what the game really needs. But regardless, it's coming, and it seems like a pretty big system. It seems like a pretty in-depth system. Hopefully they will mess around with the overall clan UI a little bit. I feel like it could use a little bit of love, and especially with a system like this, I think there's going to need to be a lot of good UI to make this make sense and make this approachable and manageable. But I wanted to talk about the problem that this is going to bring to raid, because this is, if this isn't treated correctly by Plarium, this is going to be really bad, I think, for the game, because we are already at a point in this game where there's too much to do. There's too much to do in this game right now. And there was some talk lately about them already getting to a point where they've kind of made the base game obsolete. The original dungeon farming and stuff, after you get out of like early and early mid, you rarely need to go into the dungeons anymore unless you're trying to do a fusion or something. So a lot of the base game gets kind of left behind. And even with that being the case, there's still so much to do and keep up with and manage in this game. And they've done very little to correct that. They've done very little to show you that they respect your time, right? I've talked about this over the years, is that of all the things that Plarium doesn't respect about you, your time is among the top of that list. They want you in the game all day long. And they are kind of blatant about it. They're kind of blatant about just leaving you in the game all day long. If you want to keep up, if you want to do everything there's to do, you kind of have to play this game all day long. You just do. Which some people are very happy to do. And that's great. But it's a lot to expect from a player, and raid is kind of a hard game to play casually. You know what I mean? There's so much going on. So this is going to be very time consuming from the looks of it. I've never seen a clan versus clan system get put into a game and not be time consuming. I used to play Marvel Strike Force really heavily. And one of the things that I liked about Marvel Strike Force is that it was a great like second or third game. I could log in and do everything I needed to do in Marvel Strike Force in like 10 to 15 minutes because they had quick battles. So I could just jump in real quick, farm everything I needed to farm, and be in and out, right? And then I could go in when I wanted to and manage my champs and manage my setups and manage my teams and participate in some of the events. Like there was still extra shit to do if I wanted to, but the core of what I needed to do every day, I could get done in about 15 minutes. Then they implemented war, like a couple of different alliance war that took my 15 minutes and turned it into what would have been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And now you're demanding a lot more time from me. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what this is going to be. And you're going to end up in another situation where clans are going to take this real seriously. You have clans that take CVC very seriously, and CVC is nothing. CVC is nothing. It's playing the already existing game. And then at the higher end, it's whose wallets are deeper. You know what I mean? CVC is not even a game mode. And people take it very seriously, and clans have fallen apart over it. This is an actual game mode that's going to require time. And there's apparently a new champion that you can get from. Like, there's a lot to this. People are going to be taking this very seriously, which means they're going to be demanding that their clan members participate in it, which is going to require a lot more time. So while there's a lot of things I am very excited about here, I hope that it's not 4v4. I hope that this is not Arena for clans. I would love to see 3v3 here. I think 3v3 is really solid for clan content. Just give us something different than Arena. We have enough versions of Arena already. We don't need a fourth version of Arena. So please, for the love of God, don't let this be 4v4. But I'm excited to see what new comps come about. I'm excited to see... there's a lot to be excited about here. But I think there's a problem in that this is going to absorb a lot of time in a game where there's already not enough time. There's just not enough time to do everything every day. So I don't know what they're going to do to combat that. But what we really need is more of what they did for Clan Boss. And I don't even think they nailed the solution with Clan Boss. Now, the fact that Wix was obtainable for most players, excuse me, and a lot of people can now build a 1 key is great because now you can access Quick Battle for Clan Boss. That's great. We need more of that. Super raids is not enough. Making super raids permanent is not enough. If people are still meant to farm these dungeons and do faction wars and farm the next level dungeons and do everything there is to do in the game, you're going to have to speed this up a little bit. You're going to have to. You're going to have to give us autocomplete on faction war stages we've 3-starred. You're going to have to give us a faster way to farm dungeons. You're going to have to give us a faster way to do some of this shit because there's just not enough time in the day to do it. And now you're adding a new game mode that is going to be very time intensive historically. I've never seen clan content in a game that did not require a substantial amount of time to do it. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they're going to do about this. I need to watch a little bit more, see what other stuff is coming in the patch and all that. But I thought this was cool, but it's kind of like, how cool is it going to be? How aware of the issue is Plarium? I would say very. They have to be very aware. We've been telling them for years. How much do they care about the issue? It seems like not at all. It seems like very, very little. You know what I mean? Again, with the Clan Boss fix, it's like they sort of fixed it, but you have to 1 key it. You have to be able to 1 key Clan Boss to unlock a quick battle. That's a little bit extreme, isn't it? Why? Why even? Why do you have to hit any milestone to quick? Why not just quick battle? Why not just let me quick battle it? What does it matter? You know what I'm saying? What does it actually matter? Why do I have to be level 50 before I can get quick travel? I just found out on my Void account. That's a level 50 perk. You know, when you click battle and campaign, it takes you to the last stage you went to. You have to hit level 50 before you unlock that. That's pretty bonkers, isn't it? So they don't have a lot of respect for your time, and they're kind of blatant about it. So I'm hoping that with the drop of this content, they're going to start to make some changes. Maybe they'll start to see some differences in their analytics about how long people are playing and how much people are getting done. And maybe they'll understand that like the addition to this is going to make it impossible to play this game to its fullest extent. And they need to make some changes to the quality of life in terms of how much time it takes to do all the things that need doing in this game. So anyway, that's my quick little rant about it. I'm interested to know what you guys think about it. Are you excited about the clan content? What do you think about the amount of time the game takes? And you know, everything I've talked about here. I'm interested to know where you guys are at with it. But I guess we'll keep our ear out. I think he said July 10th it's coming, so like about a week, which is pretty cool. It'll be fun to check out regardless, but I think it's going to bring some problems with it. So I guess we'll see how it goes. That's it, though. I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you guys. Later. Also, real quick, I saw this, too. Is this a new resource thing? Want to guess what it's for? It's a butt plug. It's just a butt plug. So, GG.